sold my company for high seven figures, and it was one of the best thing. And also it was one of the worst time of my life as well. There are so many things that I regret, and there have been so many lessons through that process. I can tell you some of the regrets that I have so that you don't have to make the same mistakes, and some of the lessons that I'm going to use moving forward. Before I start, my name is Bishal Katwal. I have multiple real estate properties. I have multiple businesses. And to be honest, I have more passive income than most people make on their full-time job. And I've been running my businesses for the past 6-7 years now. And here's all of my regrets and lessons from selling a business. So first of all, this is just a general regret, which is that I hopped around business model too much. I was doing drop shipping, I was doing Amazon, I was doing agency, I was doing multiple things. I think I should have just stuck to one business, and moving around helped me see what was out there. But also, if I had been more open, if I knew what I had, and if I knew what I did not have, I should have known this was the perfect business model for me. But I just did many things. I listened to those gurus. I saw Facebook ads, right? I followed those funnels and I went to different places, and it led me to a different rabbit hole, right? So I should have, focused on one business and built that business for me. And yeah, I wasted a year or two just like jumping around when I could be just making money, right? So that was one of the things. So the other lesson is that I should have consulted with other people a lot faster. My success really came early on is when I joined this program actually. And it was very, very expensive at that time for me. It is still a lot of money, but it was very expensive at that time for me. I joined it, and what I learned from that program helped me get my business off the ground. I did not know many things. I did not know how people were running their business, how people were getting the clients. There are so many basic things that I did not know that this program helped me. And I just wish that I should have done that sooner, or if not, I should have bought a cheaper program. If that was too expensive, I should have bought a cheaper program, or I should have paid somebody, right? It only costs $100, $200 per hour to speak with an expert, right? Just go somewhere, Upwork somewhere, find an expert in the field, all right? Reach out to them on LinkedIn, pay them, hey, just say, I will pay you for an hour, 2 hours, talk to them, ask them questions, right? Tell them what you should be doing. Tell them what you don't know, because there are things that you don't know that you don't even know what to ask for, right? So I wish I would have done that sooner. Paying, a lot of money for the program helped, but I could have done it cheaper, but it worked out fine. And that was very helpful to have somebody tell you to do something. And I was very hungry. I was very motivated. I wanted to make things happen. So I just took action. I just did a lot of work and it worked out, right? At that time, I was building my agency, and that was very helpful for me. So the other regret that I have is that I should have got into a good business model, right? There are some businesses that are not so good, right? And there are some businesses that are really, really good. You want business that is really good. Like it has a really good product. And what I mean by that is that people use the product, they like it so much, they want to tell their friends about it. Think about ChatGPT, right? It went viral. They had millions of customers in less than a week. Why and how? Because the product is so good that people tell other people about it, right? And when you use the product, you're just fascinated of what it can do, and you just can't stop using it. That's what I should have done, but I went to a different path basically. And I think I had products that were good enough, but they were not good. I was not like, customers were happy, but they were not really happy at the same time. They were getting results, but at the same time, they were not getting results. Like as many people as I would like, not all of them were getting results, right? And many times it is part of the process. You cannot expect to have results right away because there's many things that you have to go through, but still it did not feel good to be in that business model. I'm talking about coaching program. I had a coaching program. And the thing with the coaching program is that you coach people, but it depends on them to do the work, right? But they already paid you money to help you for certain things, but you're telling them to do, they don't follow exactly, they make mistakes and they're behind and they blame you for that, right? So I kind of liked it. The money was good, right? Coaching business is a cash flow business. The money was good, but the problem was that not everybody got results. We had unhappy customer, we had people asking for refund, just a lot of things. If you compare that to a SaaS, people use the product month after month. Whereas a coaching program, you join the program, you ask your question, you get the things that you need, and then you don't need it. Like once you learn the skill, it's done, right? So that was the other problem, was that people were just a one-time customer. Like they would come, they would pay once, and then they would leave. So we had to keep getting customer month after month. It was basically like starting over every month, which is scary, right? You're trying to build a business, you have all these expenses, team, you have all this ad spend, advertising spend, you have all these things, and every month you're just having to start over. It worked out. Like we did, we ran the business for 4 or 5 years, but it was pretty scary to know that we just have to start over every month. And I'll tell you, there were bad months and I did not know if I would make it, right? I did not know if I had to file a bankruptcy, right? So just some of those lessons. Having a good product is always the best. So this other regret, I should have focused more on the product than on the marketing. It goes pretty similar to the other one, but basically I focused more on the marketing. When you focus more on the marketing, it becomes a noise. As a marketer, I became a marketer because I focused too much on the marketing. As a marketer, you have the way and ability to bring people and sell the things that may not be okay, that may not be the best, right? Now, what we were selling was good, but it was not good enough, right? And many times marketing just brings the noise, right? The product is a signal. What product does, what it's supposed to do is a signal. And everything else is a noise. And marketing is a noise. Sales is a noise. You don't need a sales team. You don't need a sales team. When your product is good enough, people just buy it, right? Did you hop on a call with the OpenAI sales team to buy ChatGPT, right? No. Did you hop on a call with the Netflix sales team to buy Netflix, right? No, like you don't need a sales team when you already have a great product. You also don't need as much marketing. The marketing is to just tell about the product. But we just had, a different type of marketing that sold you on the dream. When the product is not good enough, people sell you on the dream. That is great because, you're selling the results, which is always fantastic. But you're also not telling about the product as much, right? And the product usually is not good. When you see a sales letter, a webinar, different things, they're trying to hide something, and there's a lot of noise in that webinar, in that sales letter, right? So you want to cut through that and you want to focus on the product. And I wish the amount of time I spent on the marketing, if I only had spent that on the product. So now getting into the business that I actually sold, my biggest regret is that I think I should have sold it for more money. And yes, maybe less, or maybe the amount that I got is fine. But I wish I would have sold it for more because I made a bad deal, is what I feel like. And if not, I should have not sold it. Like I should have just kept my business, right? That was the other mistake. Either I should have sold it for more or I should have just kept the business. I did not value the team as much. I did not value the monthly cash flow the business was bringing. I was scared. The product was good, but we had a lot of bad reviews. I had been running for 2-3 years. I was burnt out, right? And I wanted a change. And I said, somebody reached out to me. They wanted to buy the business. I said, yes, I will sell it. And I was so desperate to sell it that I gave them a really, really good deal. It was a very stupid good deal. And to be honest, I took that business as a foundation for me to do my next business. And I know now what it feels to sell a business. And I can tell you that next time I'm not going to make the same mistakes because I know. Because I've been through it. When you go through it, you know. And the place I was in, the mindset I had was a bad place to be in to sell a business. So I wish I had sold it for more, or I wish I had kept the business and ran it. The other lesson is that I sold my business without knowing what I was going to do next. So I knew I had a good business, but I wanted to do next. I was burnt out. I did not want to keep doing what I was doing, right? So I wanted to sell the business and do something. But I sold the business without knowing what I wanted to do next. What I should have done instead was that as my business was making money, I should have built the business that I really wanted to build, right? I should have done that, but I did not do it, okay? I was focused all in on that business, which helped. I made money, but instead of selling it, I should have put in CEO or something, or CMO, right? and have somebody else run the business, I take the cash from the business and build the other business that I really wanted to run, That's what I should have done. Because when I sold my business, I did not know what I was going to do next. Like I had nothing. So I just spent like a year traveling, looking for what I wanted to do next and just searching, right? And that was kind of not good because the whole time I was not making any money. Yes, I did get a lump sum of money. Like I had money, right? So I was fine. But I was so used to making money. I was so used to making a lot of money in my bank account, right? All of that just stopped, right? And it just did not feel good. And I don't think I was in a right mindset at that time. It took me a year and a half to get into the right mindset to build my next business. But, the whole time I could have been building my dream business, right? So yeah, I wish I had built a other business as I was running the main business at that time. So the other regret and lesson is that I was so afraid of my own talent, right? I had a good business and it was making money, but I did not want to do the same thing. So I am like, I don't want to do the same thing that I did the last time, which makes sense. But I was so afraid to use my skills and my talent to build my next business, right? So I would not do the things that I knew. I would not do proper marketing. I would not want to run Facebook ads. I would not want to build a proper funnel, right? Those are all the things that I knew, but I didn't want to do it because I was so scared that I would build the same business that I did last time that I did not want it to run. I wanted to build the new business the different way, which was a mistake because skill itself is not a wrong thing. It's not a bad thing. But if you use that skill for a bad thing, it becomes a bad thing, right? So yeah, it took me almost a year to realize that. And after I got into a proper headspace, I started using my skills again. I started building things again, and it's been good. I like it. The other regret is that not making more content. When my business was doing great, I had a lot of social proof, right? I could have used that. I had team, I had money, right? I could have used that to build a personal brand, but I did not do it. At this point, I feel it's never too late to make content, but it takes time to build a content. It takes time to be good in front of videos. It takes skill to be able to just talk to a camera like this and be able to tell a story alone in a room, right? That you don't know how many people are going to watch, right? So it is a skill. It is a skill that takes time to build. And even once you get good at it, the video may not go viral right away. So you just have to do a volume work at the same time. And at that time, I had a lot of momentum. Like I should have used that momentum to build a content for my personal brand. And I say that because when I sold my business, I would have the personal brand and I could talk to my audience and I could work on my next thing. When I sold my business, I did not have anything. My team member were gone, monthly cash stopped, right? I did not have any audience. I had some friends that I could talk to, and that was it. So it kind of felt very, very lonely. If I had a content, I would have audience, I would have something to sell to, I would have something to talk to, as well as, I would have spent my time making content, and that would have grown my personal brand. That would have brought me more opportunities. I would have met new people, right? So I wish I would have done that sooner. And it's never too late. I'm doing that now and I enjoy it so far. So here's what I'm going to do moving forward. First of all, I'm going to build a great product. Product so good that people couldn't stop using it. They just love the product so much. Number two is that they tell their friends about it, right? That is the bar. If we have 10 customers, I want 50% of them to tell their friends about it. And that is the bar that I have set for myself. The product's so good, they cannot stop using it. They tell their friends about it. The other lesson that I'm going to use moving forward is that long-term gain, short-term pain. This is from Naval Ravikant. He says this all the time. And this is what I'm doing now when I'm making any decisions, is that I want something that's going to give me a short-term pain, but long-term gain. In this sense, I think selling a business was that. It gave me a short-term pain, but I have long-term gain. Like now I can work on the thing that I want. So maybe it was not a bad thing, but still, this is going to be a very key aspect of how I am going to be making my decisions in the future in the business. The other one is be cool-headed. I was always stressed. I was always thinking about a lot of things. I always have I'm more of a thinker. I'm definitely a doer as well. I do a lot of things, but I'm definitely a thinker and I think a lot, right? I think too much. And sometimes when you have different things that are going wrong, you start thinking a lot of bad things, right? And there is going to be seasons in business. You're going to have a lot of bad things, a lot of good things. It's going to go up and down, right? You're not going to always be on a flat line. Life is not a flat line. It is all up and down, right? So, and business is the same. It's always up and down. You have a really good month. You're doing great. You feel like you're top of the world, right? Anything you touch is a gold, right? And then there's month, you feel like shit. You feel like, why is this not working? Why is this happening to me, right? You just want to not do anything. And so I just want to be more cool-headed and I want to think more clearly. I want to write down more of my thoughts and I don't want to make any rash decisions. If something happens, I don't want to make a rash decision, especially the decisions that I cannot change, like selling a business. That was a decision that I couldn't change. Let's say buying a software that I can change, like I can cancel the software next month. It's fine. But especially the decisions that have long-term consequences, that I would not do it in RAS. If anybody forces me to do something that is long-term and impacts one way, then I'm just not going to do it. I will just stop talking to the person or just ignore it and whatever, right? Just ignore it. But that's one of my other lessons. The last one is that I will always have a coach or a mentor or a partner. Early on in my business, I had a partner named Vuk, and he was much older than me, and I was very young. I was hungry, I was motivated, I wanted to make money. He had been in the business for 15 years, I think, and he had seen a lot. He had made some money, but he had seen a lot, and he was way more cool-headed. And I was always like, let's do this, let's do that, let's do everything, right? And he would like calm me down. He would give me insights, he would give me perspective. And that was very, very helpful. And I kind of miss that. I miss that a lot, to be honest. And when I was running my coaching program, I had a mentor. I was paying him a lot of money. I stopped working with him because I did not think I needed it. But looking back, I think it would have been beneficial for me to keep paying him because he was way ahead of me. He knew what he was doing and he was helping me. And every month I would talk to him. He would give me all this feedback. And there were many things that he told me that I should do, but I did not do. And looking back now, I wish I would have done that, right? So I don't like to join coaching program. I'm not telling you to like find a guru and find somebody else. But what I'm saying is that it's better to have a mentor who has done what you want to do, who are ahead of you, and you get their feedback and insights once a month or something, right? And that has been very, very important for me. And I'm going to keep doing that as I build my next businesses. So yeah, those are all my regrets and lessons. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you on the next video.